Yeah, okay, yeah.
Neil deGrasse.
Cause I was like, he's in Degrassi?
Yeah,
I was like,
Degrassi?
yeah, I was like, wait, what?
So, I think he told Joe Rogan that we're in a stage where we can't go backwards.
Nope.
Like the rabbit is already out the box. And AI is so powerful that we can't control it. We have things that we can't even see that are AI. So that means AI is already moving faster than we can. They can be building stuff and doing stuff that we don't understand already at this point.
Yeah, no, sure.
Which is nuts.
So we only got one of them.
Yeah, we got more than just one AI. This is way more than just one AI.
Oh no, we got one that can move that fast. We have different AIs that are all impeccable at doing one specific thing. Like one can move really fast.
But now in the state that we're in 5G, so things can do more than one thing.
Oh yeah.
So
just wait till they all connect to each other.
That's why 5G is so bad, because it becomes so much more powerful than we are.
Yeah. They're like the whole like the thing you gotta think about too is like if they're like creating this whole 5G shit, that means that they had the technology and the knowledge of 5G like way before they even like released it to us.
Oh yeah. So my teacher in college, he once told me that when he started teaching at Chafee in 2003, he said, all of you people in 10 to 12 years are going to be watching movies on your phones. And everybody laughed at him. Everybody lost their minds laughing at him. What do you all do now? Watch movies on your goddamn phone.
Yes.
Well, kind of. I watch it on my phone, but I watch it like streaming to my TV. But it's still on my phone.
Right. And the capability of that is ridiculous. You can watch a movie on your phone whenever you want. Yeah. Right? Anywhere you want that service.
Well, shit, love.
You can even download a movie to your phone.
That's not that hard to believe, because like in the 90s it had like kind of shit like that, but it wasn't just like as vivid and like as high quality as it as it is now. But I know what you mean though, like to so be said, like
what he was saying when I was going there was that in 10 years we are all gonna have chips in this. There's also things to be able to project our dreams.
Yeah.
And he said that everything that he pretty much talks about is all stuff that's probably already at MIT.
Yeah.
And it's already like, in the works. It's already like being done and tested. And
that's what I was saying. Like everything that we see like out right now, like it's just already been.
It's old news.
Yeah, it's old news. Like motherfucker, like all this shit.
But they just refine it. Like
they just refine it and giving us like the scraps. Like this like the iPhone and shit. Like the iPhone was probably been created, but they're just giving us out like test samples of the shit, and whatever one hits.
Well, the iPhone's been the same since like the iPhone 3.
Yeah.
Literally the same phone.
Just bigger.
Oh, they just get it there.
DLC.
Current design.
Yeah. DLC.
That's a good way to put it.
It really just comes with a pack.
Yeah, you just buying a bigger pack.
You know what I mean? Samsung is making a lot of shit for iPhone now, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Samsung is like.
That's why you gotta go Google.
Shit right now.
So Google Pixel is supposed to be dope.
Yeah, it's cool. It's crazy.
I'm all for the Android system.
Yeah, I fuck with the Android. The Android, you can do so much shit.
But it's scary because I own something that's going to be out of control. You know what I mean? iPhone's going to be more of a, it's just your friendly neighborhood robot.
Yeah. I mean, but look at
your motherfucking phone going to be walking away from you soon. They giving you breakfast and shit.
My phone goes like,
yeah, our phone's already talking. Nigga, our phone's already talking to us and knowing what the fuck we're about to type and shit. So it's like, damn, they're reading our minds.
Siri's a different type of bitch.
Nigga, I told bro, tell me why, right? Me and my homie was telling Siri, what's her name? Siri? What is it? Whatever he said, Siri. Alexa. He was telling, he was like, Alexa, play this song. And she got it wrong, right? And I was like, Alexa, you're fired. And she was like, oh man. And I was like, what the fuck? So that's already saying that, like, you know, like a technology, like the AI has a fucking consciousness. Like, you know what I mean? It has a consciousness. Everything has a consciousness. It's like everybody knows that. It's crazy how like it got to like
it has a responsibility. It doesn't have a conscience because it doesn't feel that, you know what I mean. It doesn't have a spirit, so it doesn't feel that.
But I mean, like, in that
algorithm to respond to.
It's not gonna be like the next time you talk to be like, oh, I thought you fired me. Like someone's ass,
No, but I mean, like it's getting to that point though. You know what I mean? And say like it kind of does like have a consciousness because like everything has atoms in it, and atoms do have consciousness in them. So like to a certain extent, you know, it does have a consciousness to it. Just on the perspective that we're seeing it at. Like hell no, like
not to the point to where it's gonna do
actually, exactly. Like that shit's not gonna get up. Like how you said, just like the nigga you fired me yesterday.
It's gonna be at a point to where it is.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like that.
One of these days.
That's why you got like that iRobot movie with Will Smith.
It's a real movie.
You ever seen 2001: A Space Odyssey? That's the same thing, but forever.
Same shit. Very underrated movie. It's like I honestly do think that technology is supposed to be at this level, but I just think that it's getting manipulated in the wrong way.
No, it's its own thing now.
I think
they can't even control it.
Yeah.
Well, that's like the kind of crazy.
That's why they haven't been able to create anything new that's profound to help us. You know what I mean? Because they're at a point to where it's like, all right, well, we create all this shit to destroy us, but we can't create shit to help.
But I think that's the problem is like
we ain't got the right people.
No, I don't even think that's it. I think it's the problem is like we're trying to morph something that can't be morphed. Like, you know what I mean? That's not supposed to be morphed. It's just like how like people. It's just like how the world is like nowadays. Like how we like morph like Mother Nature itself into like cities and shit.
And Power Rangers.
No, not like more.
I just want to know what I mean.
But that's what it does. Like that's what it's doing. Like really like we're trying to control something that like that's not supposed to be controlled. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's getting out of hand to the point where it's like, all right, this shit's backfiring on us.
We're gonna do some type of little game right here. So if you were a superhero, what superhero would you be?
There's so many of them, bro. I love Static Shock so much. Electricity, man. Like, you don't get electricity can take you so long. Like, it can take you a long way. But I don't even. That's a hard question. Like, if you can control electricity, like you can control a lot of shit.
So Static Shock.
But I don't know. That's a hard question.
We'll go to Shane.
What is the question?
If you're a superhero, what superhero would you be?
Shit. That's a tough question. What superhero would I be?
Yeah, you gotta be.
Or what power would I have?
No. Answer the first question first.
You gotta be the hero.
First
question.
You
You
gotta be the hero of his backstory. Oh, obviously Black Panther.
I'll be Dr. Voodoo.
Alright, Dr. Voodoo, Black Panther, and John.
We're going based off of morality for me on this one, like the person, who they are, and how they are in, what they do.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
I was thinking Spider-Man for a second.
Spider-Man is the most moral, well-put person I've ever read about.
I like Batman.
Honestly, I love Iron Man, and my first thought is Iron Man.
Great too.
But if we're talking about a whole, I gotta be that person being. I don't know. Because Bruce Wayne is tight too, but Iron Man, I like his intelligence. He doesn't have to be an asshole, but he kind of is sometimes. But he's straightforward.
Yeah, if we're talking about the whole morality of it, I would definitely.
All right. So second part of the question is, if you had to come up with your own superhero with your own superpowers, what would they be?
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
How many powers you get?
That's great.
I mean, you
can go all over the motherfucking place with a whole bunch of power.
All right. So you get two powers. Two powers.
Whoa. would definitely be telekinesis. I'm really having a hard decision of choosing between speed and fucking. Well, one would be telekinesis. I have to get back on the other one.
Sorry?
Would be Seaman and not water like Seaman and not Seaman. I would be Seaman.
The Seaman?
The Seaman. And my powers would be one.
So, pause.
Yeah, pause. So my powers would be one.
Wait, is that a lyric from Joey Badass? Or?
No.
Because he literally has a lyric like that. But it wasn't like that, but it kind of sounded like
straight up Seaman, like for Sugar Shade. Oh, there's no. Right, anyways.
For code?
Seaman would have two powers, two wonderful powers. One, super speed. Two, the ability to shapeshift things, not himself. Shapeshift objects.
Wait, any object?
Any object into anything.
What?
My
My
phone-
phone made of the same material?
No, my phone
Uh-huh.
shapeshifts into that exact same.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you
You
said
basically
voodoo?
change a reality. And,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Doctor
That's-
Strange
that's
or
some
something.
next-
yeah,
some next-
that's why I said Dr. Voodoo, because he's strong.
That's a good one.
Shit, man. I'd probably just do something simple.
But if I had telekinesis, then I could still beat you because I can go inside your brain. If I had telekinesis, I can still beat you. I can go inside your brain. And if I had speed, like extreme speed, I can run so fast, I'll go back in time to where you wasn't even born. Flash can do that.
That's a Flash type stuff.
That's Flash can literally do that shit.
Oh man, John.
I'd have to do just like invisibility and like mind reading, and then just be like everywhere all the time where people like
You'll be like
Listen,
you'll be like
shit.
your energy, like you'll
I'll be talking, and then people be like, I'd be a ghost pretty much. I just be a
I can
ghost,
read
and
people's
then
minds.
listen to people
You
thinking
can
like,
fuck
is
with
that
people.
fucking ghost?
You
in
can
my
fuck
house?
with people. You can fuck with people that know if they're like tripping out on that. Oh, that's evil.
I'd be like,
and
and then people be like,
that's funny. That's a good one.
yeah, you know, I'm a simple man.
Honestly, I always wanted to fly, so that would definitely have to be. I just want to be able to just. I'm out of here.
I'm scared of heights.
My older brother said that.
Like I'll be right back. You want me to go to the store? Or I got you.
What do you mean, eggs?
And I think I would want all the ability to know infinite vision. I want to be able to see the future, past, and the present, like everywhere. Some things.
That shit will probably blow your mind.
Let's try to make everything.
Like, and I want to know, like, I could be able to, like, if I want to know where you're at, what you're doing, I can tune into, like, let me know. Like, what are you doing? He's like, are you really here right now? like, I'm in the middle of an interview. I'll call you back.
No, you don't even say that.
He's all next to you.
all invisible and shit.
You can be like, you're gonna lose that interview.
Oh, here it is.
Just let you know you're gonna lose that interview, bro.
But
That's a good question, though. Superpowers. I still don't even know what my second one is, but that's a good question. Because I would really want fucking super speed, and I would really want electricity. Like, if I could just, like, if I could pick shit up and then, like, electrocute it at the same time, bro, like, oh my god, like, that'd be dope. But having fucking super speed would be tight too.
I once asked somebody this, and they literally told me that they wish they had a superpower that they could just do a backflip whenever they wanted to.
Oh, see, that's
And
a
I was
simple,
like, you
that's
could
a
do that if
simple-
you practiced enough. Like,
that's a simple man right there. But yeah, that's, and also, yeah, he just don't realize
you
when
really
he
just
can.
gotta do it. Like, you just get out there and be somebody. Just get into
I'm
a
gonna buy
chair.
you a trampoline.
Yeah, something.
But that's the real deep.
Bounce.
That's the real deep shit of what he just said right now. Like, if you really did want to unlock a power, kind of you just gotta do it. But
Yeah, you just gotta focus. You ever use the force, man?
exactly, man.
Gotta
That
focus.
motherfucking force. That motherfucking
Nigga, I can't
force.
talk to you when you're at home without the phone.
But have you tried?
Exactly. Niggas ain't never tried that type of shit. And then niggas can do that shit. You can do that shit through astral projection.
You know how long you would have to sit there?
Nigga, you have to meditate. for hours and hours, for days and days, and weeks and years and years. But still,
Be in an isolation chamber.
Nah, he gonna come to my house like, nigga, where you been?
Nigga be over here 50 years later. I told you, nigga. Hold on, wait.
He's gonna be like,
Start talking to him and shit.
Yeah.
He gonna be like, oh.
where have you been at? Like, nigga, I've been trying to call you. Like,
You ain't been getting my messages, nigga.
I know.
You ain't been getting my messages, nigga.
I see John's invisible ass over there.
Everywhere.
I done sent you about 20 messages, nigga.
And then what's cool is like if you're walking up and you're gonna tell me something, I just listen to what you're saying first. And like, oh yeah, I knew all that shit already.
We'll both be like that. We wouldn't even have to talk.
You got put with me. I was about to say,
an echo.
We just shake our heads and shit.
It wouldn't even be no use in talking because you know what you're gonna say to each other.
Hey, that's what
You'll just be like,
that's what that chip's gonna do to us. We all gonna be mind readers in a few years because of that chip.
I'm not, no.
No, don't chip up.
Hell no, man. That's why the recession about to
Stay off
happen.
the grid.
Niggas ain't about to get no damn shit.
It's gonna be mandatory when you're president. Then they're like, oh, welcome to the office. Chip in
Oh
there.
man, oh yeah, president. Oh hell yeah. That's what the president doing. What the fuck he doing right now? He got a chip inside his ass.
What is he doing?
They probably got like a hand up his ass.
Fucking up the damn plane.
They're like Nixon.
So what's the last song you listened to, Josh?
Today? I don't listen to that shit.
Last artist. Easier question.
Okay. The last artist I can remember.
That you listen to by yourself because we were listening to friends.
Alright, well, every artist I listen to every single day is actually, he's not even famous. Well, not famous yet, but it's the homie. I was playing him earlier today in the car, but his name is
Shane?
Nah. He's the homie too. And he about to be famous too. But
He said he wasn't famous.
his name is D-Rock the Menace. He's from
Oh, okay. Sound like he sells drugs.
He does. Well, no. Some people would call it drugs. I wouldn't call it shrooms drugs, but.
You tell him, can I borrow something?
Yeah, me too.
Shane, what artist will you listen to today?
The last artist I listened to today was Lil Wayne. Oh yeah, it was myself, but I was gonna say that, but that's unfair because none of that music is released, so the people who are listening wouldn't be able to tune in. So
We'll put a snippet up.
we can put a snippet up. But the last artist I was listening to was Lil Wayne. That Carter 5.
And Weezy, baby.
Bye, baby.
And Weezy, baby.
Respect to Lil Wayne.
Asian, no ceilings.
Lil Wayne.
I ain't got no ceilings.
I ain't got no feelings. Lil
Bitch.
Wayne's to go.
Little bitch. Listen here, little bitch. Excuse my language. John.
Well, I think it's a fair input, as like you said, keep people around that aren't in your group.
Yeah.
So I was listening to System of a Down earlier.
What's your favorite song, man? Toxicity?
Nah, that's radio shit. You gotta listen
Okay,
to album shit.
I feel.
Radio shit is what some people love.
Hey.
I mean, you can't.
Or
lie, though.
think
Their radio
best
shit is
music.
fucking good though.
Oh, yeah.
But I know what you mean though.
The radio shit is good.
No, I know what
The
you mean,
album
though.
shit is
The
better
album shit
because
is
it's
good,
like
Cause
past the radio shit.
Well, it's like for me.
Those are my
Linkin
favorite
Park,
Armenian.
all Linkin Park songs you can play on the radio.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Damn, they're all System of a Down songs too. Like they're fucking.
I really like Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd.
Yeah, no, great bands.
Fucking band.
I'm all around the board with all that. Like, I just got into rap. My senior year of high school, first album I heard was because Straight Outta Compton was coming out, was Straight Outta Compton.
Oh, that's a
And I heard
great.
it
Oh my
straight
god.
through, and I was like, wow, that's
Who
like
introduced you to rap music?
the man over there behind the cameras.
He was like, that'll be me.
He was like,
Hey,
like,
good job, bro. You showed him the good.
Did
You showed him the you showed him a good fucking good song.
Did-
I'm
he
not
was-
even gonna lie.
He was like,
Good
did you
start.
see the trailer for Straight Outta Compton? I was like, no. And I watched it and I was like, oh, that was an amazing trailer. And he was like, have you heard the album? I was like, no. He's like, go listen to it. I listened to the album. I came back. I was like, wow, like, fantastic.
That's dope.
And from there, like, it was really hard for me to get into more rap because I was like, nobody's saying
shit
things
like
that mean this. Like, this is where it goes. Like, this is what it's supposed to do. Like,
that's what I mean. Like,
that's
you started
why I
off
got into it.
So how do you feel about my boy J. Cole? That's one of my favorite artists.
J. Cole's good because he talks about a lot of things that are important. Like, For Your Eyes Only was an amazing album.
Yeah.
It was an amazing album. And then 2014 was a great album
Right.
too. Just because of the amount of passion he puts into his work. That's what matters. People like Kendrick, people like J. Cole, people like Gambino, they put passion into their work. And I appreciate that. I find that in their work and I listen to it for that reason.
Yeah, Gambino's so hard too.
Yeah.
But Gambino, like, shit, he's kind of on another level than them because he acts, sings, like, he writes.
Too. You seen him?
Yeah, and Power.
Yeah.
But Gambino, like, yeah, low-key, Kendrick did do a good job.
Yeah, he did.
But Gambino, like, he's different.
Yeah,
like,
he writes,
he's
he
different.
acts.
Not saying that Kendrick isn't, like, a good actor, but Gambino, like, he does shit, like, he, like, on Community.
Yeah.
His stand-up is fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
like,
and now he has his own show.
Yeah, and, like, this motherfucker can sing so fucking beautifully. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy. But, like, J. Cole, but I feel like J. Cole and Kendrick can do, like, kind of like the same thing in those lines to a certain extent.
Yeah.
All right. Another question I have is, do you think all people are equal?
Oh, hell no. Nah, I'm not trying to say that, like, in a blunt way at all. Like, kind of, like, I want to say, like, in a beautiful way. Like, we all have, like, similarities. And, like, we all have similarities and we're all the same in some aspects, but we're definitely different in a lot of aspects as well.
Wow.
So it would kind of be not, like, right to say we're not, like, all the same or equal. Which is nothing wrong with, like, there's nothing wrong with not being the same as everybody else. There's nothing wrong with not being, like, I just literally have a deja vu right now. That's crazy. But there's nothing wrong with not being the same as everybody else. Like, if we all were the same, it would be pretty fucking boring because everything would be the fucking same. It would be like robots, what we're trying not to be. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Same. Do you believe people are equal? Everybody equal?
No, negative. I do not believe so. If you don't believe so, or if you think that we are, look around you. There's people outside sleeping on the streets because they choose to, and there's people out there sleeping on the streets because they have to.
Mm-hmm. So true.
Great answer. Fair argument. But I do think people are equal and everybody is put into not equal situations, but into equal opportunity because everybody is able to make themselves who they are.
Yeah.
So I do feel that everybody is equal because everybody is a person. Everybody's in the human race.
Right.
But because of where we are and who we are and where we grew up, we all have different perspectives.
See, but that's the thing though. Like when you get that deep about like, cause like when you say you're equal, like you literally gotta put like every aspect of like you being equal, not even just as like society or like on the outside. You gotta put it in this perspective as like genetics and all that shit. And like genetically, not everybody's equal. And even like, yeah, like everybody's not equal. Like if you really look at it, like of course we have equal opportunities. Like that's obvious, but not everybody's.
Yeah, but I feel like some people that aren't born genetically superior. There's some people that work so hard to be, you know what I mean, on a similar.
Like you gotta think about people like with gender dysphoria and shit, and like people that are born with like certain.
What is gender dysphoria?
Well, like when you have gender dysphoria, it's basically like you live an everyday life under a false pretense, just to come to terms of like who you are, what you're trying to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like, and like that's what I mean. Like when you say equal, you gotta literally like put all those aspects into like perspective. Like you know what I mean? Like because of like we are equal in some aspects, but like there's totally like a lot of different things that we're not equal on too.
Yeah.
Which is nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean?
The one thing that I've ever learned is that we all have a lot more in common than we do have different.
And like I feel where you're coming from because like literally like I was literally like on that same path like for the longest, like you know, like yeah, we're all equal. And then I had to realize, like, you know, maybe there's not something bad about, like, you know, not being equal or not being the same. Like,
no,
like,
and I understand that. That's why I take as much from everybody's perspective as I can in that same.
But it's a good way to look at it, like how you're looking at it too, because everybody definitely does have equal opportunities.
Yeah,
like, you know
I take that to an extent too, because even growing up, I've had a lot of like handicapped friends. And with them,
and that's what I mean.
I'm just normal with them. Like, oh, how's it going, dude? What's up? And blah blah blah. You know, my little brother, he has Down syndrome, so I'm just like, you know, and I just try to
like my
make
sister,
sure he gets somewhere, you know.
Like my sister, she suffers from like depression and like a whole bunch of things. So like, you know, like I kind of gotta look at it, like, and shit, because like she kind of put me on the same like track too. She was like, nah, like not everybody's equal, and everybody's the same, like, and there's nothing wrong with that, like, because everybody's different, and that's just like the whole aspect of life.
All good points, all well spoken. I think that there's a cool concept of people being. You should know that there are people that are better than you. You know what I mean? There's people that are similar to you, and there's people that aren't as good as you. But if you know that you're better than somebody, pull the person below you up to a higher level, a higher standard of living, so they can know what it's like to live their best life. And you know what I mean, and vice versa. When you're on a level that you feel like you're on, if you want to get better in your life, you have to look for people that are doing better than you are, and immerse yourself in a different type of culture. You know what I mean, and change your mindset completely to start to live in a better way. Because if you don't know what better is, then you don't know where to go. You know what I mean? You don't have a purpose for what you're doing. And a lot of the times, like, it's hard for people to admit, like, oh, this person's better than me. You know what I mean? Because it hurts your ego to say that somebody can do something better than you are, or doing. And it's like, you have to understand that those are the people that are going to help you
become better,
become anything that you want to be. Because they know something that you don't know, and you have to take the ego out of self to start to understand anything bigger than yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you search for these things inside yourself. You look for self-knowledge, but while you're looking for self, understand that you can't be too wound up. You can't be too tight about and too serious about who you are, because you are a flawed being. You know what I mean? And it's most of what you are is your flesh, until you learn what your flesh likes or doesn't like, and you know what I mean. You start to become more spiritual, and as soon as once you satisfy your flesh's desire, there's nothing left but your spiritual body. You know, because there's only so much physical enjoyment you can have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because this world has a number to it, but beyond this world is an infinite world. You know what I mean? And that comes way beyond the physical things. Because the physical things, we can count everything that's physical, but the things that are infinite aren't physical. So just keep that in mind, is that, you know, the physical is limited, and the things beyond that is what you should put your energy towards.
It's just like dimensions and shit. Like right now we're on, like we have a third dimension that's like you said, the physical, and you have dimensions that's higher than that you can also be on. Like, you know, but it's like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. It's not hard. Well, it's not hard to explain. It's just kind of hard to like grasp like a concept of like you living in two of the same places at one, or many different places at one time. You know what I mean? Like it'd be kind of hard to explain that to somebody. They'd be like, yeah, you can be right here, but you know, you're also like right here.
No, I explain something like that, like this, like anybody that's ever passed away that you've known, they're not gone. You know what I mean? Physically, you may never see them again physically, but every time you think about them, they're living in those memories. They're alive, and their physical and their spiritual state is in that memory. You know what I mean? Like when I leave you guys, I think about you guys, so you guys aren't ever gone from my presence.
It's just like Robin Williams had a movie that literally explains like what you said. It's called like Dream Come True or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but it's called like Come True or Dream Come True. Yeah. But it literally talks about like that aspect of like you living after death through like you can be living through different people's memories or like just I'm like through like a memory like how you said.
Yeah.
But in the movie basically like he dies and his wife was a painter, but whenever she painted after he died, like the painting would be like he would be the encouragement behind the painting. So she'll be paint something that'll symbolize him, and then he'll like live through that painting and like and be talking to her like but that type of shit is like that type of shit is really real.
That's crazy.
That type of shit is really
That's
real.
crazy. That's dope.
But like and like like and that's like when people like say like an artist dies, they're gonna live on through their music.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Like, I think about it like this. Like, I've never met Picasso, but I know about this guy. He must have been that good. Like, I've never ever met him. I've heard about Picasso paintings. I've seen them in like on the internet or encyclopedias and shit like that. And it's like, somebody's spirit is so big that they live through everybody. People pay for these things to be in their houses. People, you know what I mean? And that's a dope part of culture to have is like, you know what I mean? Somebody being so talented that it's a part of an era. It's a part of something that is going to be called history. You know what I mean? And just thinking about that is it's crazy. And I feel like sometimes myself, I want to be on a level to where I'm remembered. You know what I mean? Yeah. And not in a selfish way, because the only thing that I can ever think about is I just want to make a difference. You know what I mean? Not in a bad way, because I know this world could be in such a better way. It can be such a better place to live. You know what I mean? And everything that we do to the earth, you know what I mean, is just like, it's not like we get a second chance that, people are living YOLO, but you know what I mean, the earth doesn't live YOLO, so how do we handle that? How do we, you know what I mean, we make technology for things that are going to benefit us, you know what I mean? But I wish that everybody that was in charge didn't worry about things that would be gratifying in a moment rather than the things that can be gratifying
for the future.
You know what I mean? For a lifetime of our society. You know what I mean? Our cultures. You know what I mean? So, a major point is, you know what I mean? What is culture? You know what I mean? So, I actually was looking on the internet the other day, and I wanted to go to this place. They got it's called. Have you guys ever seen The Wiz?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Wiz. They're actually playing in I think in.
With the movie?
No, the play.
Oh, the play.
The actual live play. The Wiz is going on in, I think it's Fontana. I think there's a theater in Fontana.
For real?
So,
are you guys gonna check that out?
no, I definitely want to go see it. If whoever wants to go see it, we can definitely go check it out. Like, I like going to see plays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm trying to write some plays, so.
You know what I mean?
I'm definitely.
I grew up skiing.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So people I think sometimes are afraid, especially in the black culture, of doing anything different out of the norm because of the stigmatism of not being black enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Or being too black.
Or being too black, you know what I mean? And not being hood enough, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I know people that are hood that can fight or whatever that don't have to gangbang, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I know gangbangers that are actually, you know what I mean, talented. You know what I mean? I've heard Ice-T say this before. Every hood has their talent division. You know what I mean? In every gang, there's dudes that can sing, that can rap, whatever. You know what I mean? Vice versa. Like I've been on both spectrums. Like I went to school with the hoodest people, and I hang out with the whitest people. You know what I mean? And that's all the mindset that I've had. My parents have introduced me to so many different things that to be above and better than things, you have to have an open mind. You have to be smarter.
You have to free your mind.
Yeah, you have to be smarter than the average bear. You know what I mean? And this is all about survival. So I guess a part of surviving is learning. You know what I mean? If you don't learn, then you're dying. You know what I mean? You're not trying to survive. So even when people are emotionally down, the only reason why they're making it through the days is because they're still trying to survive. Mm-hmm. They're still looking for a way. You know what I mean? That's why we don't have suicides at a higher rate. That's why we don't see people killing other people at a higher rate. It's because we battle with things on a mental health level instead of being able to express ourselves and find a way to fight through our problems a little bit better. You know what I mean? If we were a lot more transparent and open, we would have an outlet for how we feel and what we're going through a lot more. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's people can't deal with this dude likes who he is. You know what I mean? You gotta realize, some things happen culturally, some things happen, you know what I mean, just individually, but as a society, we have to support one another and start to learn to express ourselves to build a better culture for the people. You know what I mean? Like
for the ones after.
Yeah, because it's like we see all these different cultures. Like John, what's your nationality?
I'm Hispanic.
Hispanic. Shane.
I don't know. I'm a mutt.
Josh.
He's shine.
You know what I mean? I'm American. I was born in America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
fourth generation, and at this point, it's like, John, you
like
really Hispanic?
You can look it up, but it's when you go to everybody's house, people do things differently, and it's just like it's awesome to learn all these different cultures, and you know what I mean. A good way to experience anybody's culture is to eat their food. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Everybody loves food, and this is, I think, going to be a good segment because food is a way that I guess we get to experience a little bit of everybody. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Everything.
Some of the things I like. I was introduced to like Mediterranean food a long time ago. Like I don't know if you ever had. Grape leaves.
Man.
Grape leaves.
Oh, there's a spot on Foothill, it's a Mediterranean spot that have grape leaves. Even right across from the street from my house, it's called Arshawad.
Yeah.
Where I'll go in there and tear grape leaves up. Like, you already know how I gotta eat shit like that.
Yeah. Grape leaves are really good Mediterranean food.
Dipping in some tahini.
Stuff like hummus. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, even going to feta. I thought feta, like I used to have a girlfriend that was from Montana, and she introduced me to feta. She put feta on like sandwiches, and I was like, "What is this, a white thing?" You know what I mean? Because she's a white girl from Montana. You know what I mean? Like being a black guy, like I don't notice everything because I'm not immersed in like all these different cultures. But black people don't eat feta cheese. Mm-hmm. You know, feta cheese is like,
you look at that like what?
You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? I know my grandfather is very cultured because he like sails and stuff, but. It's not like I hang out with him all the time. I can get all of that. You know what I mean? Soak up all that knowledge.
Yeah. That's a good point.
What's one of the foods that you eat?
Just like what that like change.
That's a different culture. Anything.
Shit, man. I had some who was the shit. Well, this is not really like nothing exotic or nothing, but I know one thing that really like opened my eyes, like when I had some pupusas.
Those are amazing.
Man, I was like, what the fuck?
I've been eating pupusas a lot lately.